You've used a pencil thousands of times, but have you ever wondered how that perfect black line appears on paper? Or why that pink eraser sits so snugly on top? Today we're diving into the hidden world of pencil manufacturing. From the precise moment graphite and clay are mixed in different ratios to create everything from a super hard 9H to a soft, dark 9B, to the fascinating vulcanization process that transforms raw rubber into that iconic pink eraser, held in place by a crimped metal band we call a ferrule. By the end, you'll see this everyday tool in a completely new way.
Welcome to Goalie's Pip Academy.
It's a surprisingly sophisticated manufacturing process that transforms simple raw materials, graphite, clay, wood, rubber, and metal, into a precision writing instrument through careful chemistry and engineering. Think of it like baking, but instead of cookies, you're creating billions of identical tools that need to write smoothly, erase cleanly, and never fall apart in your hand. Let's start with the heart of every pencil, that dark core you call lead, which isn't actually lead at all. The journey begins when manufacturers combine graphite and clay in carefully measured ratios. Want a pencil that makes light, crisp lines for technical drawings? You add more clay to make it harder. Need something that glides across paper, leaving rich, dark marks for sketching? You reduce the clay and increase the graphite content. This mixture gets ground into an ultra-fine powder. Then water is added to form a paste. The paste is extruded through a machine under incredible pressure, forming long, thin rods. These rods are then baked in ovens at temperatures exceeding 1,000 degrees Celsius. This heat treatment bonds the materials together and determines the final hardness of your pencil core. Now, while those cores are cooling, let's talk about the wooden casing. Manufacturers typically use soft woods like cedar because they're easy to sharpen without splintering. The wood arrives as flat slats, each about 7 inches long. Machines cut parallel grooves into these slats, creating perfect channels. Workers or robots place the finished graphite cores into these grooves, then apply glue. Another grooved slat gets placed on top, creating a sandwich. Once the glue dries, cutting machines slice between the grooves, and suddenly you've got individual hexagonal or round pencils. The precision here is remarkable. Tolerances are measured in fractions of a millimeter to ensure the core sits perfectly centered. Time for our first quiz. What two materials are mixed together in different ratios to create pencils with varying levels of hardness and darkness? Is it A, graphite and clay, B, carbon and rubber, C, wood and wax, or D, lead and plastic? Pause the video and think about it. If you said A, graphite and clay, well done.
Hey, you're watching Goalie's Pip Academy, where we teach about science, geography, history, everything about the whole world. If you want to watch these classes with no ads, no distractions, go to getgoalie.com.
This ratio is the secret behind the entire grading system. More clay makes harder pencils, while more graphite creates softer, darker marks. But we're not done yet. Those wooden pencils still need their iconic erasers. The rubber used in pencil erasers starts as natural or synthetic rubber that's too soft and sticky on its own. This is where chemistry works its magic through a process called vulcanization, discovered by Charles Goodyear in the 1800s. Manufacturers mix the rubber with sulfur, oils, pumice for abrasiveness, and special pigments that create that distinctive pink color. Why pink? It originally came from mixing red Italian pumice with white rubber, creating a salmon color that became iconic. The mixture gets heated, and the sulfur creates chemical bonds between rubber molecules, transforming it into a firmer, more durable material that can actually lift graphite particles off paper without smearing. Here's something you might not have noticed. That eraser isn't just glued onto the pencil. There's a small metal band wrapping around both the wood and the rubber. That's called a ferrule. This little piece of engineering, usually made of aluminum or brass, gets crimped with precise force. Too loose and your eraser falls off. Too tight and the wood splits. The ferrule is shaped like a cylinder on one end where it grips the pencil, then flares out to hold the eraser snugly. Machines crimp these ferrules in a fraction of a second, creating tiny ridges that bite into both the wood and the rubber. Here comes our second quiz. The metal band that holds the eraser onto a pencil is called a ferrule. Is that A, true, or B, false? Pause the video and make your best guess. If you chose A, true, that's right. The ferrule isn't just decorative. It's a critical structural component that uses mechanical crimping to keep your eraser firmly attached. Now let's talk about that grading system you've probably seen printed on pencils. The scale runs from 9H to 9B, with HB sitting right in the middle as the standard writing pencil. The H stands for hardness. 9H is incredibly hard with lots of clay, perfect for technical drawings where you need fine, light lines that won't smudge. The B stands for blackness. 9B is soft and dark with maximum graphite, ideal for artists creating rich shadows and bold strokes. Each step on this scale represents a specific graphite to clay ratio that manufacturers control with scientific precision. Did you know that a typical pencil can draw a line 35 miles long or write approximately 45,000 words? That's enough to write a short novel. And about 14 billion pencils are manufactured worldwide each year, nearly 2 pencils for every person on Earth, annually. Why does pencil manufacturing matter in our digital age? Pencils remain essential in education. They're the first writing tool most children use because mistakes can be erased, and there's no ink to spill. In professional fields like architecture, engineering, and art, pencils offer control and precision that digital tools still struggle to match. The manufacturing techniques developed for pencils have influenced countless other industries. And as we think about sustainability, modern pencil makers are innovating with recycled materials, sustainable forestry, and even pencils made from recycled newspapers. Final quiz time! What is the range of the pencil grading system that indicates hardness and darkness levels? Is it A, 1H to 10B, B, 9H to 9B, C, 5H to 5B, or D, 12H to 12B? Pause the video and think about it. If you answered B, 9H to 9B, you're absolutely correct. This range gives artists and professionals 19 different hardness options to choose from. So let's recap what we've discovered. Pencil manufacturing is a precise dance between chemistry and engineering, starting with graphite and clay mixed in exact ratios to create cores ranging from super hard 9H to ultra soft 9B. These cores get bonded into wooden casings through careful grooving and gluing processes that demand millimeter-level precision. The iconic pink eraser on top is vulcanized with sulfur and pumice to create the perfect texture for lifting graphite off paper. And that eraser stays attached thanks to a crimped metal ferrule that grips both wood and rubber with carefully calibrated force. Next time you pick up a pencil, take a moment to appreciate the journey. That simple tool in your hand represents centuries of refinement, precise chemistry, and clever engineering. It's a reminder that even our most ordinary objects can hold extraordinary stories of human ingenuity.
My mind is blown! Where can I learn more about these videos? Oh yeah, getgoalie.com. There's no ads, there's no junk, just cool stuff for kids and a dedicated tablet. Check it out, getgoalie.com.